Fresh, new haircut. My barber did me dirty. I have no hair. It's all gone. But it's not bad. I might be coping. But it's different having short hair again, so it went from like a full... It was a full 100% difference. I was like, oh, I had nice long hair, and now I have no hair now. Oh my goodness. But it's okay. Right now we're waiting for Josh. Josh is, I think, getting his dog. Ooh. Bah. Hello, Josh.
Elijah, how are you doing?
Honestly, I'm kind of tired. Ready to go to sleep
Dude,
in
okay.
about an hour.
Why is that? I just readjusted. Okay. Why is that?
Well, you see, I've been waiting for this guy like all day today. His name's Josh. And he like says he's gonna eat real quick for 30 minutes to an hour, and then takes like another 5 hours as if he was eating the Last Supper.
You act like I'm the guy who said I'm gonna eat real quick, and then the whole Fortnite map changes 15 times.
That is exactly who you are.
You know what? I don't care about what you have to say. You know what I want to do?
What do you want to do?
I want to read some heartfelt stories.
All right,
Okay.
let's get into
Hearts
that
out
then.
to these people, okay?
All right, like literally.
So yeah, today I think we've gathered some good heartfelt stories. Once again, we used our English skills.
You already know.
Get them going. Anyways, here, I'll start us off, okay?
All right, I'll follow along.
I saw people I know who passed while I was in surgery.
All right.
I recently had surgery, and during it, I felt like I was floating above my body. I saw the entire operation happening, almost like I was an observer. But what struck me most was who was there with me. Wow, okay.
So, okay, I see where this is going. Continue.
I saw family members who had passed away. My mom, my grandma, my grandpa, a family friend, and even a dog who died in 2024. They weren't distant or scary. They were all standing around watching the surgeon closely. Almost like they already knew what was going to happen. My dog was laying calmly at the foot of the bed. The strange thing is, I wasn't scared at all. I felt calm, safe, and comforted by their presence. That's a good sign.
That's really good.
Later, I found out that my heart actually stopped near the end of the surgery, and they had to bring me back. But what I saw wasn't during that. I had been watching from the start, all the way through. Afterward, I started having only what I could describe as flashbacks. I can remember hearing things, seeing things. One detail that stays with me is when my family friend looked up, smiled, and whispered something, but I couldn't make out what he said. I think about that moment often. I wish I knew what he was trying to tell me.
So this is a near-death experience. Would you say this is near-death experience? Because like, he was out of his body and he was watching himself. Do you believe in the afterlife?
I'm really confused. I'm like super confused what's going on in the story together.
No, it was it's a good POV though, because like I said,
sure.
Do you believe in afterlife?
I mean, not. It's like hard to say. It's a hard one, but like,
we don't exactly know, of course. But when people say they swear they see something if their heart stops for so long or something, do you think that's real, or do you think it's just like, oh, it's the brain?
There was a study done on one time. So this guy, can you shut that phone up?
There's a phone.
There was a guy, right? And they like made his heart stop for a little bit to test if his like fucking like his ghost came up out of him, right? His soul. And what they did is they put a piece of paper and they taped it on the roof that said something. And so if his soul really went up, he would be able to see what was on the roof. But when he came back, he said he didn't know what was on the roof still.
So he did get
So in conclusion, there's like, based off what based off the results, there isn't such a thing. I don't know. Interesting for sure.
I feel like there's a lot of experimenting you can do with
Do
that, but it's
you
very risky.
believe in that?
You know, I would like to believe that there's an afterlife, but what I don't want to believe in is like, oh, I swear I have to believe there's an afterlife so I can be there. I want to know it as like, okay, it's something to know. It's not like something I have to stick around hoping for. So
Yeah.
if I try to make myself believe that, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die and go and stay on Earth or go to heaven or whatnot, I don't want to believe it just because I'm scared of death. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You want to believe it because you're actually heartfelt and like passionate, kind of.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to be. You can't exactly love something you're scared of, so
Yeah.
that's why I'm like, I want to actually know.
But
But
everyone, there's no one. I don't think anyone wants to die.
well, yeah, duh. Who would want to die? You have to be a little insane. But yeah,
I know.
some people are crazy like that. But you know, that brings us to our next story.
Okay, you got this one.
All right, let's see. So this is a near-death experience. Okay, post NDE. Upon returning, everything feels unreal. I can't make myself fit back in. Anyone experience this? So they're seeking advice from other people with near-death experiences. All right. So that was the title.
Okay.
So here it is. I had a near-death experience about 3 years ago, and ever since, life. And ever since, life hasn't felt the same. Daily reality feels thin, almost unreal, like I've stepped into another world. Sometimes it's like living on the other side of the looking glass. The ordinary things people chase, like money and jobs, status, they all feel empty now. My perception shifted too. I sense that everything is alive and conscious. I feel energy everywhere, and the only place I truly feel at peace is when I'm in nature, connected to it. One truth I came back with is that love is the only real currency, the only thing that truly matters. But living in a world that feels fragmented and uncaring makes that realization hard to carry. Working the 9 to 5 grind, all of it just feels like an extraction for things that don't matter at all. Sometimes I wonder if this is disassociation or psychosis, or if it's just the permanent effect after my near death experience. I can function in day to day life, but deep down I can't pretend to fit into a system that feels so shallow. I'm sharing this because I want to know if anyone else has felt this way after a near death experience. Like everyday reality is thin and fragile, and the only spirit side feels truly real. If so, how have you learned to cope? Okay.
Yeah. I
They
mean,
don't
this one.
explain their NDE though.
I mean, this one's pretty deep. I feel like it's the perception. It's like, okay, I was almost about to die, so now my viewpoint on life is become very fragile because anything now can kill you. Unlike before, where you're like, okay, I'm invincible, right? Nothing can kill me. But now, since you almost experienced it, you kind of have a perception like, okay, I need to be way more careful. Everything is gonna go wrong if it can go wrong, and people just are oblivious to that.
It's
But you have a
because
greater understanding.
people don't want to think like that all the time. If you're scared
Yeah,
of
that's
like
true
doing
too.
anything, I mean, like going on a roller coaster, you think you die. You know what I mean? The
Yeah,
chances are like okay, they are there, but they're not at the same time. So
yeah. I mean, technically, death can happen from anything.
exactly, and I I like how they say that love is the only currency. I feel like once they came back from that near death experience, they realized like I don't need to be focused on money or my job 9 to 5. I gotta realize like the world around me. Maybe they were too tunnel vision on like, oh, big success, money, 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 rather than living life.
Yeah, that's true, true, true.
What do you think about
Okay,
this?
not too bad. I mean, yeah, like what I said already. Their perception changed, more fragile.
Yeah, it's like scary stuff though because like this isn't
Yeah.
the only person that's been through it, and a person doesn't need to have a near death experience to understand life either. But it's
Uh
like the
huh.
people that are really like, oh my gosh, life is
But the
useless when
thing
they
is,
realize that like,
it's like people live every day living a good life. I mean, for the most part, people live good lives. Right? You eat, you have shelter. Right? If you're watching this video, I assume you're average life, right?
I would assume you're
Because you have
living
the
an average life.
technology to watch the video. But it's like in that viewpoint, every day you're eating, you're understanding. Okay, I'm not gonna die from this. I'm not gonna die from this.
You're
But when you
breathing.
actually
You're
do
walking.
have a time where you're almost dead, you almost die, your perception just switches immediately, and you're like, oh my god, now this can kill me. Oh my god, I need to be careful for this. It's that
Exactly.
kind of thing.
That's sad though, because everybody
Yeah.
lives their life like, oh, it's all jolly and glee, but it could be your last day. Not trying to scare people, but still, live every
Knock
day
on
like it's
wood.
your last. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
Accomplish
sure.
something. But your turn.
All right, for sure. This is their near-death experience. So on June 24th of 2022, around 1 a.m., I was living alone in the UK, staying up late to watch the NBA draft. I'd been on the ketogenic diet, and for me, it felt like being on ADHD medication. I'd also been feeling lightheaded for a few days because of my depression. I didn't really care. That night, I decided to make some bacon. As I stood at the stove, phone in hand, I poured myself some Diet Pepsi. Suddenly, my knees went wobbly. I remember thinking, oh no, I'm actually going to pass out. The last thing I saw was the kitchen floor coming closer as I reached for the stove to turn it off. When my eyes opened, I was no longer in my apartment. I was in a dimly lit log cabin, peaceful, quiet. There was a couch where an older man sat reading a newspaper, seemingly uninterested. In the corner, two young men dressed as if they were out on a night, were laughing and drinking wine. So this sounds like he was like drugged and kidnapped.
This feels like a dream.
I know. And kneeling beside me was my aunt. She had died of
Oh.
cancer 3 years earlier, but there she was, healthy again, long hair restored, shouting at me to wake up. I couldn't hear her voice, but I knew exactly what she was saying. I could feel her hands on me. It didn't feel like a dream. I could feel the floor under me, hear the woman giggling, and even sound of old man adjusting his newspaper. Then the loud ringing started, and men's voices echoed somewhere far away. Everything went bright. The ringing was ringing in my ears, the men's voices from the NBA draft on my phone. I was back on my kitchen floor, Pepsi spilt everywhere, heart pounding, head pounding. My glasses had flown off, slid across the room. I lay there for a while, stunned. It felt like my aunt had been on the girls' night out but paused to come help me. I still don't know who the older man was. Over the next day, bruises appeared on the right side of my head, face, and upper body. I don't always tell people this was a near-death experience because my accident didn't seem serious enough, but I don't know what else to call it. Sometimes I even say I jumped into another dimension. A week after she died in 2019, my family and I were loading a car when her little daughter spotted a helium balloon across the road. We went to get it. On it was written, "Happy birthday, Becky." My aunt's name was Rebecca, and it was her favorite color. I always believed in life after death. This experience gave me proof. On really bad days, it comforts me.
Interesting.
That's the end. I freaking cleared my throat for the last 3 words.
But okay, that feels like more of a they passed
Very
out,
heartfelt.
hit their head real hard, and dreamt about their aunt. Or you could
Yeah.
say, well, why did they pass out though? That's maybe low iron or whatever the reason is.
Yeah.
But I see why they would call it near-death experience, because that's an interesting, like, you could say it's a coincidence with seeing the balloon and the color and everything with her name, literally.
Yeah.
But to some people, it could be a sign, you know what I mean?
True. It's interesting. It's different interpretations, really. But it's definitely very like heart goes out to them.
Yes, exactly. That's nice, though. That's a pretty nice story. Alright, ready for the next one?
Yeah, go for it.
Let's see. So, reading near-death experiences has confirmed my own experiences. Oh, okay. So this is more than one? Okay, so let's see. So I'm a Sufi Muslim, but my beliefs have always leaned a little differently from mainstream religion. I've had several experiences that only really make sense in the context of near-death experience circles. For example, once while meditating, I imagined myself flying like a bird. I started to really feel it, almost losing myself in it. And some neighbors' dogs actually began barking at the area I was flying. It freaked me out. Okay. Oh, like the dog saw him meditating and like he went out of his body, I suppose, and the dog
I
saw him.
guess, yeah.
Interesting. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, so another time when I was a child spending time alone in the countryside under a full moon, I poured my soul out to Allah. I held a leaf up to the moonlight and was struck with a deep knowing that Allah was the leaf. The cells, the texture, the light pouring through it, the wind, the grasses, me, and you too. I wasn't belief. It wasn't belief, it was the truth. When I had read about near-death experiences, I realized that people who experience death often report the same things I felt, only with more clarity and profoundness, especially when they mention Allah. I'm infatuated with Allah and the knowing that everything, living or not, is Allah, the source, imitation of love. Everyone reading this right now is Allah too. This is my greatest comfort. I live kind of as a loner because once you know life is a game, a playful drama, it's hard to return to normal. None of this mundane stuff matters except as an opportunity to make the most of it for ourselves and the world. I'm so happy this community exists, and I'm comforted knowing that one day on the other side we'll all recognize each other. Okay, this is very like religious one. Was
Yeah.
any of that a near-death experience?
Well,
It was like
I
more
mean,
spiritual
so
connection.
nothing he described
Mm-mm.
indicates that he almost died, but his visions were on par to others who have experienced death, is what he's expressing.
And that's why he's like, oh, I know it's real. That's interesting
Yeah,
because, like, I like the part where he, like, project out of his body while meditating, and apparently the
that's
dog
cool.
saw him.
It reminds me of that one Rick and Morty scene.
Which one?
I don't remember. I just freaking remember.
You just
Oh, you know what?
heard
I think it was Beavis and Butthead actually that did that. That wasn't Rick and
Beavis
Morty.
and Butthead. I'm thinking more of, I'm thinking more of Ace Ventura. When
Bruh.
he's in the he's meditating, he's like, alrighty then, and then he goes out of his body to go back to the monks in the temple, and he's talking to the
That's
monk while
pretty
he's
good.
floating with his monkey. This was a long time ago, but that's what this reminded me of.
Bruh. That's funny. No, but this is. I mean, I hope none of these people almost die ever again. But it's cool to
Of
see what
course.
they have to say about it.
Yeah, I want to know if it's
You
like
know what? We
real
do got
stuff.
one more story.
Ooh, all right, let's hear it.
This. All right. I died once. I still don't know what the man in my near-death experience wanted me to see. A few years ago, I went into AFib for about 30 hours. Eventually, my heart just stopped.
Oh,
What happened next wasn't fear or chaos. It was the calmest, most surreal thing I've ever experienced. I found myself reliving the same 10 to 15 scene on loop. 15-second scene on loop. Imagine a VHS tape rewinding at high speed and playing again, over and over. Dang, this guy must be a little older if he's talking about VHS.
yeah, VHS tapes. Okay,
Because my dad's VHS guy.
makes sense.
But I already like the story because I time travel, like in time loop kind of
Oh,
movies.
you like
and,
that?
stories and
Yeah, I
stuff.
like those too. Like I like Interstellar. Interstellar movies like that. Are
Yes.
really good movies.
I know, okay. At the end of every loop, a man appeared and asked me, "Did you catch it?" Then the tape would rewind again, and play. A little faster each time, though. When they brought me back, I wasn't relieved. I felt exposed. 4 months afterward, I couldn't look at people in the eyes without feeling their gaze was prying into my soul. Like everyone knew my secret. A secret I didn't even know myself. I've been trying to figure out what I was supposed to catch that day ever since. Has anyone else experienced a repeating scene in their NDE? What did you see, hear, how long it last? Did you ever figure out what it meant? I really like to hear real experiences, not just upvotes. So we got some edits here from the OP. Some of you asked me to describe the scene. It started out in an outdoor area with thick green grass. Hundreds of people of all ages, children and adults, were walking around me like NPCs. Or maybe I was just floating past them. I didn't notice having a body. It always ended at the picket fence with the same man asking the question. He looked different each time, but I always pick him out of the crowd before he even spoke. Reflecting now, I wonder if every person I saw was a version of myself from past or future lives. And if the man at the end was my higher self trying to show me. What if that crowd was every version of me that has ever existed? Eyeball emoji. Yeah, that gave me chills reading that edit.
That is an interesting description. How did... Oh, his heart just stopped, apparently, and then he went through all of that. What? That's actually pretty cool. Well, not
Did
the
you get
heart
any
stop.
chills from reading that one?
It's already cold in my room. I'm like living in like 50-degree
Okay.
but no, that was actually, I like that one. And I like how he describes it with the edit. How there's a bunch of people like NPCs, but when he says what if it was every like version of him that has ever and will exist?
It's a deep thought for sure.
And whenever he was looking at the VHS tape or the vision of something,
I know, yeah.
what do you think about that?
I mean, it's definitely interesting. It's like if I was in a loop like that, I mean, I would like if I ever found myself in a loop like that in my brain, because obviously it's a mental like thing, right? I would try to break out, like doing something different, like freaking walking the other way. I'd be like, okay, bye. But like, I don't know. Because like OP never really described if it was like, okay, he chose to walk up every time into the crowd, or if it was just mandated for him to just walk on his own.
That
Like,
is
you
true.
know what I mean?
So he just like went up without like anything else.
Yeah, I don't know. Because he did say he was floating past them, but I don't know. Interesting. I don't know. It's not, OP wasn't very descriptive of exactly what I'm trying to think of. But overall, I kind of get the gist.
I have a personal story that...
What's that?
I guess it's a dream, not a near-death experience, but it's dreams I have.
What's those?
So, I don't know if you ever get this, but do you ever get sleep paralysis?
But not usually. I think I've gotten a...
One time? No, I get sleep paralysis sometimes, like, out of nowhere. Like, I'll be... Especially, like, when I get home from school and I'm tired, I'm like, alright, I'm gonna take a nap real quick. Back when my bed was on this side of the room, and my computer was on that side, I was sleeping on my bed while watching YouTube on my computer, and I doze off while laying, like, on the opposite side of the bed. I go to sleep, and I wake up, but I'm not, like, exactly... like, I gotta get up. No, I'm like, open my eyes, and I look at the wall, and I just see like colors on the wall, but it's still all dark, but it's like the colors from my PC. And then all of a sudden, like, I cannot move. Wait, hello? Josh? Oh, Josh froze. Josh froze. No, Josh. No. Let me continue
it's
real
okay.
quick.
I recorded the ending though. I mean, I just said this guy fucking died and I'm scared.
You got scared? Do not worry. We're back. We're back. All right, listen.
We're back. We'll keep the ending in there. The ending is not an ending anymore.
No. We are back. Now listen. I was sleeping and I wake up looking at the wall with my colors, like there's colors on the wall, and for my PC. And I wake up and I'm just like, I'm not moving. I'm just looking at the wall. I'm like this. I'm just like, and then I try moving. I cannot move anything. I can't move like my body at all. I'm just staring at the wall. I'm just like, hello. And
Or your phone is buzzing into the mic.
Is it? No.
Yes.
Sorry. I know. I'm shy to hear it on my side, but I'm looking at the when I'm looking at the wall, I feel something behind me, and I see like a shadow on the wall, like something's behind me, and I feel weird, like all my senses get. I feel like I start burning up. I'm like, uh-oh. I'm like trying to move, like I can feel my body jittering, trying to like get up, and then I'm finally able to get up. I'm like okay. And I immediately just I run out my room. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get out of my room real quick. Like, as soon as I got up, I just went to the living room with my dad. Like, I woke up, I went up, I was just like, okay. And I walked out my room. And that's not the only time it's happened to me. Have you ever watched Insidious?
No.
Insidious is like a paranormal movie, and like in the movies, they go to the further where they have a meditation, I suppose. It's like they go like this, hypnosis, I suppose. It's like that, basically, but with this little tick thing.
Okay. And
then they count to like 10, and then you're in a deep sleep, and then whenever they like wake up, like, okay, this isn't working. They get up, and then they're like, it's all dark. It's like a fog and everything, and they look behind themselves where they were sitting, and it's like their body's there still, but they're out their body.
Oh.
So when I dream...
That sounds interesting.
Sometimes when I dream, I can wake myself up. Most of my dreams, I'm always able to wake myself up from.
Do you have a lucid dream?
Yes, but however, when I sleep sometimes, there are dreams I cannot get out of, and I can't wake up from, and they're the scary ones. I hate it.
Why?
Because in dreams where I can control things, that's fun. But when I'm in a dream where I'm like, okay, let's do something, change something, and I wake up and I open my eyes and I'm still in the dream, I'm just like...
You know, I've done research about lucid dreams because personally, I cannot lucid dream. But I've done research where people will be like, lucid dreaming is kind of like a give and take because you're given the ability to do whatever you want, but you're taken sometimes the ability to wake up because you start, like, if you're ever in a scary dream, then you're not able to get out of that one. That's what I've seen online.
No, that's true because it happened to me. Like,
and that's interesting that you say that now because that confirms that multiple people have those same experiences.
Yeah.
Which is very fascinating about the brain.
Yeah, the brain is weird.
Because personally, I've never been able to lucid dream. I've tried.
Really?
I tried. Yeah.
I sleep on my back. And I'll wake up
because I put like a video on.
Dying.
I put a video on, and like there's like a lady saying, "You will lucid dream, lucid dream. Just don't."
Yeah, bro, because that's gonna work.
No, it's because like it was back in the day when I was trying to goon to Fortnite skins.
Okay, so that's why you wanted a lucid dream, huh? For me,
no, but
I'll be laying down on my back. Apparently, when you lay on your back, that's like the worst way to sleep, flat on your back, because you'll dream apparently. So, like as of recent, I had a lucid dream, right, where I was in my room, in my bed, laying down, and there's somebody else with me in that bed.
Like a hot babe, like Chun-Li.
You could consider it like that because it felt like somebody was laying with me, like on me, as if I was hugging them. And it's weird context, but it's all dark in the room. The only light is like from my PC glowing. The screen isn't on. It's only my monitor on. And you can only see the outline of the person, but it's all black.
Whoa.
And
They have like a white outline?
No, it's just like a shadow, but you can barely see it because the light's there and it's shining towards us.
Oh, wow.
Like, it's a very dim light. And I'm laying down with this thing, and I know it's like on my face. It feels like something's on my face, but the whole time I'm just like, I'm laying down sideways with it, and then I'm like, I realize I'm like, wait, and then I get up real quick, and like I could see like the side of the face is all like a black figure, and you can just see like a mouth or something, like a mouth going backwards, and I tried to act like nothing was wrong. I just laid back down in the position. I was like, yeah. I laid right back down in the position. Like, that's something I do in those dreams. Like, I thought it was real, so I got up. I was like, I acted like nothing was going on, so I just got up. And that's when I was like, when I realized I was in a dream, I was like, oh. And whenever I was, because the whole time it felt like normal when I was laying down with that thing. And then I get up and it's like not a person. And I'm just like,
Do you like pinch yourself?
no, I tried doing that before. I tried biting my arm, but that didn't do anything. But when I laid back down, whenever it tried getting back on me, like on my face, I don't know what it was. It felt like something like this on my face, and I remember pushing it away from me, like it was stuck to me. So I pushed it off of me, and that's whenever I like got off my bed a little bit, and then I woke up. I got up out of my bed. I was just like.
So, how do you think it would differ if you were to like instead of like just being nonchalant, acting like nothing was there, you started fucking screaming?
My senses, my mind would probably, I'd feel very scared in the dream, because I used to, back then, when I was younger, I used to have a lot of scary dreams that I would have overs and overs again, to the point where I would have to map out how I would avoid things. I had like a dream
Dude,
of
that's
me.
so interesting.
I had a dream of me. Okay, this is such a stupid dream, but I was chasing, I think, dinosaurs, right? On this metal railing, running down this metal railing while I was chasing something. And whenever I always fell off of that railing when they were going up the stairs for some reason. I always fell off of it. And think of it as a chessboard all around the floor, but in every black spot is a pool of water, right? And you can like walk off on the edges of the squares, and in every pit of water is a shark.
What the?
A shark that would eat me entirely when I fell down. And I remember I would fall into that shark, and I'd like see all the red and the pink in the mouth and everything, and that's when I'd wake up every time that happened. And then one day I just never got those dreams again.
That's so interesting, because I've heard of people have like recurring dreams, and it's like something so interesting. It's so interesting.
Like the lucid dreams are scary. They can be good, but I've never had a good lucid dream that I would be stuck in. It's always the bad ones. I remember I had a dream. Dude, there's so many dreams I've had, like, as a kid and growing up, that are just me being stuck in there. There's, like, times where I had to, like, somehow go through a wall to get out of a lucid dream. Times where I was stuck in my room what felt like an hour, looking at the door open wide and nothing but pitch darkness, staring at it. And then I don't know how I woke up from that one, but it felt like so long just staring at that door. I was just like, it's so weird. It's so scary. I didn't want to move. I could have moved. Yes, I was able to move. I was able to go anywhere I wanted, but the thing is, anywhere I wanted was through that door where there was pitch darkness. And I was like, yeah. Times when I was like a kid, I would watch a lot of scary movies. Maybe that was why.
Well, that's definitely why you're indulging yourself in that.
But the thing is,
that was my follow-up question. I was going to ask, okay, what kind of crap did you watch?
Yeah, I watched a lot of scary movies, but the thing is, like, these things I saw weren't really the scary movie stuff. It was, like, I guess what my mind made up. So I was like, I've always had dreams of this house. And I'd go out this door to my living room, but everything looks different, like rearranged, I suppose. So I'm in like the hallway, and it's dark, and you just see something running at me, dude. Something just going Mach fuck running towards my way. And
dude,
when I was little, I would scream, like, because they got me, and that's when I'd wake up.
That is scary.
So bad.
Dude, it's interesting because like I've never had like sleep paralysis, lucid dreams.
Yeah, I'm
I've
all
never been
about
able to
that.
control my dreams. Knock on wood, you know.
Dude.
Like, bro, it's I've never been stuck in a dream that's bad. Knock on wood again, bro. I don't want to do that,
Have you ever had a
bro. But it's
dream like what's it called? Oh, I forgot what I was gonna say.
like some of the only dreams I can remember having is one time I was stuck in a box and there were zombies everywhere and I could like
Uh,
climb through the middle, and then I don't remember what happened after that. And I had another dream where I was standing on like some tower and I was looking over and I saw a blue explosion happen. I was like, whoa, this looks pretty cool.
blue explosion, blue shell.
Yes. Yes. And then the closest thing I've had to sleep paralysis, I remember as a kid, one time I woke up, but I couldn't move, but I didn't see any like thing. Like nothing was there. I just couldn't move.
You just couldn't move.
And then one time as a kid, I was awake, but I thought I saw a figure at the door, and I was like, Dad, there's a figure at the door. He was like, oh, your brain's just playing tricks on you. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay. That's weird though. Why does it do that?
I know. Your brain just likes to play tricks on you. It likes to scare you.
But it's weird.
Good thing
because
we
it's
talked
our
about this at
brain.
11:35 right before we go to bed.
Can't wait for that. Man, these dreams are gonna be crazy. My most recent one was the one I told you. Me sleeping in the bed and that thing was on me. It looked like it had like a body, but then at the same time, it was like attached to my face. And I was just like, I was feeling, well, I was like thinking about it whenever I woke up. I was like, yeah, what was that? Was it like taking my life force? What was it doing? Because
I need to borrow your teeth.
No, literally, I need a new pair of teeth. Can I have yours? I was like, whoa. I was so scared when I woke up, but like I just thought of it. I was like, got up in my bed. I was just like, I wake up. As soon as I wake up, I'm like, I'm fine. I go back to sleep. I don't stay up because I'm like, it happens all the time, so I just go back to sleep.
That's so weird, bro.
But hey,
all right, well, I think
those are
some good stories.
Good stories we had. Little discussion of personal stories on my side.
Well, we should wrap it up here then. It's getting a little late.
Yeah, got some homework to get done.
Ooh, in 25 minutes.
Oh yeah,
all
by
right.
12 o'clock. Oops. But that was a good video today, Josh.
Yes, sir. All right, good work, Elijah. All right. See y'all next time.
Bye-bye.